Have you ever noticed how some people seem to effortlessly get into rooms that you can't even access? They don't have more talent, they are not smarter, and yet somehow they seem to know the right people. And here's the uncomfortable truth: success isn't always about what you know, but about who trusts you in powerful rooms. So today I'm going to show you how to connect with powerful people using Machiavelli's principles for influence. And not in a manipulative way, but in a strategic, intelligent, and deeply human way. Because once you understand this, your entire network and your life changes. A few years ago, I watched two people at the same company. Same job, same experience, and same intelligence. One stayed stuck while the other got repeatedly promoted, invited to leadership meetings, and stayed visible. So what changed? Not their work, but their proximity to power. Studies on social networks show that your success is deeply influenced by weak ties. These are connections you make outside your immediate circle, especially people with influence. So today we're going to break down how to build those connections intentionally. And this is where the Machiavelli framework comes in. Machiavelli wasn't teaching people how to be evil. He was teaching people one thing: how power actually works, and not how we wish it worked. And when you apply his principles socially, you stop being invisible. So let's get right into it. Law number 1, people respond to value, not need. Here's mistake number 1. Most people approach powerful people like this: "Can you help me?" or "I'd love to pick your brain." And instantly you've lost. That's because powerful people are drained by requests. So instead, flip the dynamic by bringing value before you ask for access. Even something small like a social insight or a relevant introduction or a thoughtful comment about their work. Psychologists call this the principle of reciprocity. When you give people something, they feel a conscious pull to give back. Law number 2, be memorable, not impressive. Most people, they try to impress, but powerful people see impressive people every day. So what do they remember? They remember emotion, authenticity, and energy. I once met someone who didn't try to sound smart. Instead, they said, "I've been studying your work and one thing really stood out to me." That person got remembered. Why? Because they made the interaction personal and not performative. Law number 3, proximity creates power. You don't just connect with powerful people randomly. Instead, you position yourself. You go to events, you join communities and digital spaces, and you make mutual connections. Because here's the truth: if you're never in the room, then you will never be chosen. Sociologists call this the more exposure effect, and it's true for social networks, including YouTube. The more someone sees you, the more they trust you. Law number 4, make them feel important. This is classic and powerful, yet most people do this wrong. Flattery feels fake. Instead, be specific. Not, "I love your work," but rather, "The way you explained the concept completely changed the way that I think." And that hits differently because now you're not just praising them, but you are showing impact. Law number 5, don't overstay your welcome. This one is huge. When you finally get access, make sure you leave early. Powerful people remember the person who drained them and also the person who respected their time. And guess who gets invited back? Law number 6, be useful in small ways. Small things matter, like sharing an article relevant to them, or making a thoughtful introduction, or highlighting their work publicly. This builds something called social capital, and over time, this compounds. Number 7, control your image. Before you even speak, you are being evaluated: your energy, your online presence, and your confidence. You see, Machiavelli understood that perception is key, and neuroscience supports this. People form impressions in milliseconds. So ask yourself, what story does your presence tell? Law number 8, never look desperate. You see, desperation repels power, but confidence attracts it. Even if you're nervous, slow down your speech, hold eye contact, and be grounded. Because people don't connect with need, they connect with certainty. Law number 9, build relationships, not transactions. This is where most people fail long term. They treat connections like, "What can I get?" But powerful relationships are built on trust, consistency, and time. So think long game. Because the person you meet today could change your life 5 years from now. Law number 10, align yourself with power, not just people. Here's a subtle but critical shift. Most people try to connect with individuals. But powerful people aren't just individuals, they're part of an ecosystem. If you attach yourself to a person, then you remain replaceable. However, if you align with what they represent, then you become relevant. So instead of saying, "I want to connect with the CEO," ask yourself, what mission are they pushing and how can I contribute to that? And that's how you stop being an outsider and start becoming a part of the circle. Law number 11, let them discover you. This is one of the most powerful but least understood laws. Don't always chase, but position yourself so they find you. And how do you do that? Share ideas publicly, speak intelligently in group settings, and show up consistently in the same space. There's a psychological effect called the illusion of discovery. People value what they feel found themselves. So when a powerful person notices you, the dynamic shifts. Now you're no longer chasing access, but you're attracting attention. Law number 12, become socially proofed. Powerful people don't take risks on unknowns. Instead, they look for signals like who else trusts you, who have you worked with, and where have you shown up. This is called social proof, and it's one of the strongest drivers of trust in psychology. So instead of trying to impress just one person, build credibility everywhere else first. Because when they look you up, you want the answer to be obvious. Oh, this person is already validated, and I can trust them. And finally, law number 13, master the long game. This is the law that most people ignore because it's not sexy and it's not fast, but it is everything. You see, the best connections, they don't happen in one meeting. They happen over months, years, and consistent low-pressure interactions. So you check in, you provide support, and you stay visible. And one day, the opportunity opens up, not because you forced it, but because you earned your place over time. Most people think connecting with powerful people is about luck. It's not. It's about positioning, it's about perception, and it's about patience. And when you follow these 13 laws, you don't just network. You build access, you build trust, and you build influence. And that changes everything. See you in the next one.